In this video, that's us two, are going to break down how bundled and unbundled plans are structured, what those differences mean for your plan and your participants, and how to determine which model is right for your situation. And please remember that since this is social media, we are being very generalized, okay? Yes.
So, what bundled actually means. So, one provider handles record keeping, plan administration, compliance testing, well, they should, and the investment platform, and sometimes the investment advisor as well.
And sometimes payroll. And sometimes everything.
So it's the one size fits all, everything done by one person.
The tube sock of Arissa.
It's the tips. I love it. Okay.
Common bundle providers are generally large insurance companies or big box financial firms or payroll people.
Companies.
Yes. Oh, and I guess where are the fintechs in here? Fintechs are doing it too. All right. Now the trade-off embedded in that convenience, one company controls the whole stack.
In many bundled arrangements, the provider is compensated through revenue sharing on the plan's fund assets, not a flat fee. The free administration isn't free.
So in other words, it's a percentage, okay? The bigger the plan, the more they get paid. May not be more work, but they get paid more. Now then, what unbundled actually means, that's our model, so you can imagine where our feelings lie. The plan's function is purposefully split across independent specialists, because that's all they do. An independent retirement plan consultant handles the compliance, the plan design, and certain administrative functions. Our friends at the Record Keeper, a separate entity, handle participant accounts and statements. We have a separate payroll vendor. And who's taking care of the investments, dear?
The financial advisor.
Our profession, this.
The financial advisor is focusing on what they really know. The TPA or plan consultant, retirement plan consultant, is focused on the compliance, which is what they're really good at, and the record keeper does the good record keeping.
Now, I can't remember, I was supposed to say this later, so I'm going to say it now. One of the advantages to the plan sponsor is that because everybody is separate, we're modular, we can all be replaced one at a time, right?
The ultimate Lego set.
Right? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so that means we have to be really good at what we do. We have to be very responsive to the plan sponsor, because you can change a single component. You do not throw out the whole baby and the bathwater. The 4 key differences, Catherine.
Well, cost and transparency. So, bundled looks cheaper on the surface, often no explicit compliance fee.
It's free.
But compensation is often embedded in fund expense ratios and revenue sharing. Unbundled separates costs explicitly. You know what you're paying and to whom. For larger plans, unbundled can often be cheaper in total cost once you do the math.
Right.
But you do get what you're paying for, though I don't even know if that's always true. Well, the idea that bundled is always cheaper the bigger you get because you have economies of scale, I don't know.
Well, on the compliance side, probably not. In terms of investment flexibility, the bundled provider usually has a more finite investment menu. We're just going to leave it at that. The possibility of some proprietary funds in there as well. Now then, in the unbundled world, where you have every vendor partner doing the best thing they do, you have the most amount of flexibility for the fund availability, or for the available funds. She does. There we go. Now this matters most when the advisor has a specific investment philosophy, or the plan has participants with specific investment wants and needs.
So then, I'd say the absolute biggest part can be the plan design and customization. So bundled providers often standardize plan documents. Works for a lot of plans, but limited customization. I would say, this is when I always say, 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream for everyone, right?
Yeah, 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream in your tube sock. The unbundled, where the retirement plan consultant can design for specific goals, safe harbor, specific non-elective employer contribution formulas, cash balance combinations, specific vesting schedules, eligibility rules, a lot more complexity. Okay.
Because the average Jimmy John's is not the same as the average law firm, right?
That is yeah, that's a true statement. Now then, if the business owner is trying to maximize their own contribution or specific key employees, lowercase key, custom design is usually best and usually only possible with the unbundled model.
What happens when you want to change something? Christopher's been asking that for 40 years and still doesn't have the answer. I'm resilient or resistant. I'm not sure which one.
Okay.
Okay, the weed that can't be pulled.
For those people who are unsure whether or not we're a couple, it should be more clear now. Now then,
That or I have
we kind of talked about this before. Switching providers when you're bundled means moving everything very often. Okay, with those of us in the unbundled space, if the record keeper isn't performing, you swap them out. If the advisor changes firms, the plan stays. Each component is independent. That includes us. Okay, we can be replaced. We are replaceable.
You've often talked about it being the three-legged stool, and the beautiful thing about that is if you're replacing one of the legs, the other two can help you.
Yes. And
There's some
stay.
continuity
Right.
to it. It's not like you're doing everything from the very beginning.
Now, who bundled is right for, and we're just going to let him put that there, but we're not sure anybody is. But let's see if you can
Only
read this.
for your worst enemy?
See if you can read this with a straight face, dear.
Employers who want one point of contact and are not prioritizing maximum contribution flexibility.
Right.
Well, you have one point of contact, but do they pick
Supposed.
up the phone or are you on a phone tree?
Or
get
ignore
one
your
phone-
email.
yeah.
1-800
So-
ignore me. All right.
Plans where the employer has no employees trying to maximize. Ugh. So a half-baked plan. No custom design needed. So if you're going to have a plan that sucks, this is a good place to put it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
If somebody's reticent about sponsoring a retirement plan and they don't want to do it, but they feel like they need to because of what we're talking about in our next video, yeah, maybe bundle's the right place for them. Okay.
Okay, so situations where the advisor doesn't have a strong investment platform preference.
Who unbundled is right for business owners trying to maximize their own deferrals and employer contributions, plans that need or want some custom design, such as like we talked about before, safe harbor, cross-testing, coordinate with a cash balance plan.
And I would say want to take advantage of the full reach of what can be done in a plan.
We're getting there. Absolutely. Advisors who want open architecture fund menus without bundled provider restrictions. So basically, the Wall Street Journal is a choice. Any plan where cost transparency and independent compliance oversight are priorities. Usually, in the unbundled world, more of the fees can be turned into flat dollar amounts as opposed to percentage.
And the reason that's
In
important,
my experience,
the reason that's important is the more money you have in a plan,
the lower the percentage.
the lower the percentages if it's flat, because you just don't need to pay
Correct.
so much for
Now
everything.
then, plans, and obviously another good use of the unbundled is plans that are growing. Unbundled scales better as complexity increases, especially if there's mergers and acquisitions. Whose interests are aligned with yours? In an unbundled arrangement, your friendly neighborhood retirement plan consultant is paid to administer the plan correctly. The advisor is paid to serve the plan, and no one is compensated by the fund lineup. Okay? For plans where custom design, transparency, or flexibility matter, unbundled wins. All right?
So if you want to learn more, especially if you're a financial advisor or a CPA, we have a monthly webinar that goes deeper into the compliance of 401k plans.
And cash balance plans.
And if this was useful, our podcast and other channels are linked below too.
Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you in the future. Take care. And if you got a specific question, it's sales@hunterbenefits.com. Take care.